You know, what do you say to somebody who saved your life? That gave me my life back.
Weill Cornell has a very broad portfolio of clinical trials. Really, we're working with collaborators across the country, across the world, and really understanding and knowing and moving the field forward and bringing to our patients the best treatments, the newest drugs that are out there, different options, in some cases less toxic treatment.
I was on borrowed time. I was really on borrowed time. I met Dr. Furman, and he said to me, you are a candidate for one of the trials. It's worked with a lot of other patients that I have. He says, so I don't see why it's not going to work with you. He says, if it does, you'll be dancing in 5 weeks.
What I think is really so important for CLL is not to cure patients, but to make the CLL go into remission and stay in remission and be easily controlled with something as simple as a pill a day that's well tolerated, really truly making CLL a chronic disease.
You know, getting from the time that he gave me the trial to being, I'd say about 90% back to normal, took maybe another 2 months, but it was completely different. At least my life was given back to me. Otherwise, it would have been over.
Weill Cornell is such a large research center which focuses on everything from the bench to the bedside, really affords us an opportunity to treat patients with drugs and trials and ideas that are really quite novel.
When you look at the past 15 years, virtually every single lymphoma drug that's been approved by the FDA for treatment of patients with lymphoma has been developed in part at Cornell. And that means that our patients here have had access to these drugs in general, often years before they've become widely available.
One of the benefits of being treated at Weill Cornell and New York Presbyterian is that we are part of really one of the best hospitals in the world.
When people are diagnosed with cancer, they often need care not only from their oncologist, but they might need a cardiologist or another specialist.
When making the decision to go to Weill Cornell, knowing that a general hospital was attached to it, that was by far a priority, because through chemo, there are so many other things that can happen to you.
The lymphoma group works as a team, and I think one of its strengths that we work individually, but also collectively. Therefore, we would provide a collective assessment on individual case as it comes through our clinic.
So when patients see us on the lymphoma program, they see, ultimately the results of that collaboration. They see a unified opinion from multiple lymphoma experts, multiple pathology experts.
I think the number one reason why patients come to Weill Cornell for care for lymphoma is the fact that we're not a factory.
At Weill Cornell, I had an amazing combination sense of high science and kindness.
We don't follow an algorithm or a treatment manual. It really involves getting to know the patient, getting to know the nuances, the details of the disease, understanding the patient as an individual, and devising the treatment program that's best for them.
Every hospital can go ahead and they can give you chemo, but it's about that personal connection that you feel with the medical staff, and they know who I am, they know my likes, they know my dislikes, they know kind of like my ups and my downs.
It's really getting to know the patient, talking about everything that's going on with them, helping them deal with the anxiety and the stress, the anger and the depression associated with their cancer.
And you get through it. And everybody around helps you get through it, and you get there. And then your hair grows back and you go to Paris.